Eldans is a Swedish word. It refers to the low-lying fog that rises and hangs in summer or autumn. Directly translated, it means elf dance or fairy dance, for it was once believed that the invisible folk danced along the meadows, and this was their mark on the world, fleeting, eerie, and glowing. And so there's something here about keeping or reviewing or more fully understanding the past or the family history. You know, you who maybe it's you who is the keeper of records, the holder of grudges, the holder of things past that are painful. That you, Aries, do you hold that inside of you? And how could you now ascend? How can you take the knowledge that you have and create new life? Interesting, this theme, these themes coming in of contradictions, holding the complexity of endings and beginnings at the same time, this sense of like restlessness, of not being satisfied with where you are, being driven by wanting something to happen, something new to happen. But there's something heavy here with the Ten of Blades and the death energy that is perhaps weighting the present experience when it would otherwise want to be weightless. But that shadow is here. I mean, it's even mentioned in the Fool's words. What are we but shadows of the sun? Okay, that's your current situation as the Fool. Let's look at your feelings about the current situation. It's almost like you arrive at a conclusion that is tale as old as time, that actually ends up bringing you back to basics. Plant the seed, work together, grow abundance. You know, it's like this formula is not novel. It's not new. It is actually old knowledge. And you may have to suss through a line of questioning and conversation that feels circuitous in order to get to that simple answer. To want to engage in life and do things and take action, like I just don't, you know, that's the sensation, is this drawing down. I just don't. I don't have it. I don't have it. But it's like everything in this reading is telling you to wake up. It's trying to wake you up, to get you to make a choice based on your heart, based on a heart that is filled with lust, love, passion, vitality, aliveness. Like, come back, Cancer. Come back to that. Come back to what you care about so much. Because that's like the injection of adrenaline, of aliveness that will, you know, charge you back up again. But there's something in that. It's not just facing forward. There's something in that for you to remember or return to within yourself that's going to reunite you with some sort of very core essence in you, Leo, that makes you go, yes, oh my gosh, there you are. Whoever you is, maybe it's another person, maybe it is you, a force within you, or a part of your life that's been missing or something, and it's like, oh, there you are. Let's go. Boom. We go up. Let's do this. New life. Suddenly. As soon as you remember. when you are struggling to be in two places at once, which is why I think you feel sort of blinded. You feel like you can't access one or the other because maybe you're like so much in this human world that you can't access this world, or I don't know. You know, there's something that feels like it's right on the other side of your freaking eyelids, but you just can't see it. And it's like the harder you try, the less you'll be able to access it. It happens through the unexpected. It happens through joy. It happens through a much lighter spirit. If there's one thing that this shapeshift is describing, it is a lightening, a shift into the light. You're doing chemistry, okay? You're gonna dump some of that spirit into the earth experience to weight it. You know, take the thing that you put heavy emphasis on and dump it into the thing that you don't, and watch the scales balance themselves. Like, how do you apply more of your spiritual ideas into your earthly experience so that you are actually focus on the tangible, actionable, practical things you can do to balance those things out, and vice versa. If you put too much emphasis on the earth and not enough on the spiritual, then you need to dump some of that earth into the spiritual plane, which might be taking a more practical, like everyday ritual type approach to your spirituality. Practical magic, you know? The truth is the hinge. It's the balancing point. I don't know what the fulcrum maybe, you know, like you have the scales, but what are they balanced on top of? The truth. So, betrayed, I'm also wondering about betraying, like, in what ways are you feeling betrayed? Are you feeling betrayed by others because there is maybe a lack of truth happening? Are you betraying yourself with a lack of truth? Like, where's the betrayal happening? How does that feel to be in that space and carrying that inside? And then how would centering the truth in your thinking, in your communicating, in your experience, how would the scales balance if the truth was front and center? First of all, I feel like that's such a Sagittarian thing. A bit of advice to offer you that, like, life is too short to learn everything you could possibly know and to learn everything it is you really want to know. So there is something in these cards about committing to specializing, you know, like, what are you specializing in? What is it that you are committing to learning or mastering at this point in your life, knowing that, of course, the wheel can turn again, the wheel can stop and start, and it can go the other way, and that you will never stop learning. But what is it that you are really digging your hands into and committing to at this stage, wherever you are in your life? Is this imbalance that has happened between your harder edges and your softer flow? And it has to do with bitterness, the grudges that you keep and the things that you hold on to that make you mad. You know, like, where does your anger go? Does it just get directed back inside of you, or held inside, or like written down and closed up in the book and then rehashed later? Or does it come back to, I don't know. There's something here between that experience here that is becoming too much to the forefront, and that's creating this, if both of these things in perfect balance hold up the Magician, which is your human experience in its full power and ability to create and do and live and be. if one becomes stronger and the other one weakens, nothing is there to hold up the match. Can I learn to listen to my heart? How do I trust myself enough to choose? What if I fail? Then what will happen? There's fear of shame and fear of failure and lack of trust in the self. And that's the shapeshift, I think. And here's this Lady of Cups looking over very compassionately towards your own doubt. Understandably so. Of course you're doubting. This is scary stuff. This ascension of self, this next iteration of you, or next level of you, next expression of you. Like, yes, the trees were cut down and there was mourning. There was a period of mourning for what was lost, but the trees grow back, and things rebuild. Maybe it's more accurate to talk about this card as rebuilding, like the impulse to continue to live is really strong. Like, you can't really dim that human spirit, Pisces. And I think that's the invitation here, is to find it, to find that again within you, and to find it through contact with your external world and your external experiences, like, touch grass, but like really talk to the but not just the trees, you gotta talk with other people too. You gotta eat real meals, cook meals together. Like, it's just so important for you to participate